Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Cinema Sitdown. Today we watched Bob Ross, Happy Accidents, Betrayal and Greed. You can see it behind me right here. We sat down, well, we didn't sit down, but we talked with the legend himself and learned just a little bit about his life. And today I'm joined with...
How's it going? My name is Paris. Happy to be here once again, as always.
And I'm Brandon Bob Ross Harrison, or Rob Boss, sorry, Harrison.
So join us as we talk about Bob Ross. All right, welcome back, everybody. Like I said, we're going to be talking about Bob Ross today, and something. Okay, we're with Bob Ross.
Rob.
Yes, but I would like to give a special shout out to my guest right over here. Could you please give us a little lore, a little backstory of who you are?
Okay, I guess I did oh, look at that. I did a painting recently. I am Rob Boss. I am the Bob Ross doppelganger, his long lost grandson, or I don't know what I came up with. But, you know, I followed along with some of his paintings, and they turned out various levels of crap to decent. So, you know, that's all the lore I really have. I don't have much lore beyond that because I didn't do anything else.
That's fair. Well, I just think it's important to introduce you because Bob Ross said anyone can paint. And clearly, that is very true based on this painting.
I thought you were going to throw some shade. And I was ready to defend myself.
Anyone can paint at the end of the day.
I was going to say, you better not.
This is about betrayal, right? This is not a, this is like, we get some good Rob moment. Rob? Now I'm thinking his name. Bob. My bad. You're Rob.
I'm Robert.
Yes, but we get some good Bob background, but then there's also some sad things about Bob that we learn about his past.
Yeah, true.
Any betrayals that really stand out to you?
Yeah, I was saying, and about his future too,
So
because
true.
we know that the Rob Boss Corporation Incorporated is just a scam. It's a big phony.
Boo.
So, as with most things, that just can't have anything around here.
Okay, but we need to explain why we are against Bob Ross Incorporated and not Bob Ross,
Of course.
the individual.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just kind of messed up
Get into it.
how they just took his name and they just ran with it, and they thought that they could, you know, steal the great name of Bob Ross and turn it into a corporation, you know, which is just the ultimate problem with our society today, right?
So true. So basically, this is a little summary. We've got Bob Ross, right? And he's like, I love painting. It's my passion. Love that, right? And then we have the two Kowalskis, which is Walt and
Annette.
They do a collab, and it starts off all fine, but then the Kowalskis are all in it for money, and Bob's in it for the love of the game. And then, well, after Bob passes away, they just take everything from him.
Classic move right there.
Yeah, classic
little corporate America move right there.
Corporate America move. But I know that you had some opinions on Annette. See, I don't even care to remember her name.
I don't remember her name because of I watched it a little bit before you guys. That's not important. But the fact is, she went above and beyond to turn the end of his life and all of the years afterwards since into a living hell for his family for no reason. Because all you have to do is like, oh man, he's dead. Let's kind of let this thing like this die out. Let's not try to keep profiting off of this dead man's name. And then she's just like, nah. They make millions of dollars a year.
Still.
To this day.
The
And I'd like to say we might have accidentally helped.
Yeah, okay.
Don't say we. I didn't pay for any of this.
We didn't. Okay, yeah, we weren't. I wasn't aware of the Bob Ross Incorporated lore, but we do have Bob Ross branded things in the studio.
It's
However,
Look at-
we did not know that was happening.
Look at this. Look at all of this. This is all a sham. I would do it all over again without any of these paints, this easel. The brushes that I use are all Bob Ross Incorporated stuff, and I've been tainted personally. However, the person who I followed to make this painting, the man himself, the OG himself, that it cannot be tainted, but his name can never be the same because of these evil Kowalskis.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
if I saw you in the street, it'd be like that. That's all I gotta say.
Bob is a good guy. Like, no hate to Bob. This is hate to Bob Ross Incorporated. But something about Bob that I learned that was quite interesting is that, like, he's a ladies' man. Like,
You couldn't
women
tell?
were ready to
You
throw
couldn't tell.
themselves at Bob. I just thought he was like an old man who painted. I didn't know he was like
No.
such a thirst trap.
He was the original thirst trap.
The original thirst trap, like.
And what more needs to be said? I mean, he was like, I'm surprised you didn't see it.
I didn't
I
know much
saw it.
about Bob, to be honest with you. My dad watched Bob Ross. That's the only person I
It
knew.
appeals to everyone.
I thought it was like a meme to watch Bob Ross. I didn't know
No.
it was like an actual thing. I didn't even really know he was good at painting till
I wouldn't.
later
You
in my
didn't,
life.
you didn't think that
I
Bob
thought it was
Ross
just
could
like a
paint?
meme.
You're
I
clearly
didn't know
out
it
of the
was
loop
such a
here.
thing. I know.
But I'm glad that you're educated
I
now.
wasn't in the.
You were a part of the first production we did of the Bob Ross painting.
I know, and I remember whenever
You
you
were
were
that-
like beating the brush against the thing, I was like, "What are you doing?"
You were watching
that
me,
shocked
but
me.
not enjoying Bob Ross. That's what you were telling me?
I've actually never just sat down and watched a video myself.
You should try it.
You could literally not even watch the video and just listen to the guy talk.
That's
And
what I
it's just
do.
Like, it'll put you to sleep. Like,
Or a fun thing I like to do is watch Bob Ross and then follow along in Microsoft Paint. I
actually,
think
that sounds fun.
it's pretty. Obviously, they don't come out the same, but
That's not even
you
the
know,
point.
Have
it's-
you actually done that?
of course, multiple
Of
times.
course,
Well,
like
I
everyone's
used
doing
to.
that?
I used to work at Zoomies Incorporated, and when nobody was there, I would open Microsoft Paint on the work computer and have Bob Ross on my phone and just follow along.
Okay, well,
And you can just save it as a PNG and send them out to your friends or family.
did you?
No, but you could.
Do you have any of them still, or they're gone?
I could probably find them.
Okay,
You
I've
should do
never
that.
followed along.
But
I would do
it's
that.
cheap,
Mhm.
because you don't have to pay any. If you have a computer, I'm sure there's like an Apple.
And we're not buying any more Bob
alternative,
Ross
exactly.
Incorporated products, so
No,
we could do that.
If you want to follow along with Bob Ross, we suggest that you use other companies, not Bob Ross Incorporated.
All they're gonna do is
And
off of a dead
speaking of the
person's.
Ross last name, Steve Ross, his son, has had none.
He
of
said
the earnings.
he looked like such a cool dude. He was like a cool dude smoking out of his
He
pipe.
had this pipe. He had the pipe. I thought about. I was like,
Yep.
oh, that's the guy. Or he had the pipe, and he was just chilling outside smoking. I wonder where they lived. Like, was it like?
It's like Florida, I think.
Were they in Florida? I thought they were like. I felt like it was like a northwestern area. For some reason.
Possibly.
That light just died, but that's not important.
It's Bob's Ross Ghost. He's supporting us. Thank you, Bob. Love you. Love you. I do though. I feel like Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers,
PBS legends.
PBS legends.
The real Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Also, Bill Nye.
That should be a real Mount Rushmore.
We need to redo Mount
Bob
Rushmore.
Ross, Mr. Rogers, Bill Nye, and like Arthur.
Arthur.
Arthur. You would do Arthur.
You gotta have something for the
Yeah,
you know,
or
for
like
the
someone
kids.
from Sesame Street. Those are PBS legends.
Elmo. I'll throw Elmo up there, honestly.
Yeah, if we're doing the
Black
PBS
staple.
legend alert.
Yeah.
Just life legend alert.
It's unfortunate though, because you don't think like you think like, oh, this was like a guy who had a show on PBS. Like you don't expect like something like this to happen, because it's like PBS. It's like you just assume this is all being handled by like, you know, people from PBS who care about the art and not about the money. But no.
I did like I was very interested in like I don't know Bob Ross. I just thought he was like a cute little guy. He just ran around, which like he was in a sense.
Sure.
But I didn't know it was such a like a money hungry like the people that he worked with too, the Kowalskis, they like took out their competition that painted. There was another
flowers?
set of artists that
Yeah.
painted flowers, and he did landscapes. And so he was like, if you guys want to do flowers, go visit them. And then Antoinette.
How do you Annette?
Because her name's stupid. She started painting flowers and copying her to the point where their show got canceled, period.
No, it was
Unfortunate.
just because they had more money. They were making more money, so they just it was like, yeah, we're gonna buy up all the time and all that extra. They put out the book They plagiarized the book. I don't know why they didn't sue for that. That's plagiarism. You took the book and you copied the words, put it in your own book, and like, oh, this is my idea. That's plagiarism. You're getting kicked out of school for that. But how come she didn't get canceled? You know?
That is true.
Right? Ideas, Paris. What are you thinking about that?
I just think that's terrible, you know. What more needs to be said? It's just Bob
Plagiarism
Ross.
is not good.
It's not okay, and I think that, you know,
We should not
they'll get what's coming to them in, you know, the next life or something, karma or something.
Well, the
I'm
Kowalskis, as far as I
telling you.
know, are still alive.
They are. They just declined. They declined. This movie was from last year.
I don't
They
care what
declined.
her name is, Anne, whatever. She's 86. She's very old. And people are still afraid to talk about them because they
They
said
were
in the
scared of the
interview.
legal issues.
Well, yeah, I mean, but can you blame them? Like,
No.
They got the money for lawyers.
Yeah, I feel like if you're in a situation like that where it's like you're just up against like a bunch of people with a bunch of money, it is kind of hard to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, fight the good fight. It's like they can literally ruin your life.
They have done that.
So
To people, yeah.
you know, at some point you just have to be like,
At
well,
the same time, though,
hang it
like
up, guys.
Like I said, if I see, I know it's not gonna happen because like why would it happen? But I see Annette on the street, I'm packing you out one good time for my boy Bob. Just because.
Listen, I don't mean to like.
You can send the lawyers my way if you really
I don't
need
mean to come for her look, but like she's 86 as of 2022, and peace and love to her. But she was looking old from the get-go. Like I was for sure she was dead.
Aged like fine milk in the sun.
I think she actually sucked the life out of Bob Ross. I think that she took the remaining time off of his lifespan and added it to her own lifespan. So now she's going to live probably to 130, 140, which is like a classic move, you know.
And the part
Fountain
about
of youth.
her being the only one who could see like a actual Bob Ross painting and like tell us
That was so
authentic.
stupid.
I'm like, ain't no way them crusty, dusty old eyes of yours can see anything
That was
clearly.
corrupt.
She
And
has 240p eyes.
remember that guy
Max.
was saying that like he saw people signing
Bob
like
Ross
Bob
paintings,
Ross
yeah.
paintings, and then they were selling them as authentics when
They're not.
they're not. And they
Man's-
said it's very
man's
easy to
been dead.
copy his style.
Well, yeah,
because
because I mean, he shows you how to do it.
Right.
So
Like
it's
literally,
like,
that's what the whole show was
yeah.
pretty much.
But that's like a thing, just like with the art world in general, is like, you know, copying and copies and fakes and stuff. There's a good movie on that also called F for Fake.
That's what we're gonna say.
Interesting.
Exit through the gift shop.
No, yeah, that's
Go
another
watch
good one.
that episode. if
But
you wanna
there's
see that.
another one called F for Fake. That's a good movie about art, copying, and just the art world in general and how it's kind of messed up.
Also, there was
It's by directed by.
there was a
Wes
little rumors, little talk that Bob and Annette or whatever were having an affair together, which
That's-
they deny.
That's a little weird, but you have to hand it to Bob, you know. Maybe it was, we don't know what was going on behind the scenes, but it is weird, I'll admit that, but you never know.
Because his son said that like him and his wife got in a fight about it, and then the company, of course, denied it.
Of course they would. They don't
But-
want to look bad 20, 30 years later after it's happened already.
Yeah.
But like they look bad already, so it's not like
not
much
the
they
best
can
look
do.
for Bob, TBH.
Honestly though, looking at it for Bob, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? For Annette, don't
Sorry?
don't ruin a happy
Do what
home.
you gotta do.
Exactly. Do what you gotta
Listen,
do.
some-
You need to elaborate.
Do I though? Honestly,
No, you
I'm
don't.
saying Bob Ross, being the ladies' man that he is,
I'm saying you don't know
If-
what was going on behind the scenes.
like, if they're throwing fish into your net, you might as well catch a few. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
So he caught the one fish that was poisoned, and it sucked life out of him.
Exactly.
He caught the toxic fish. So
I'm saying.
get away from the water next time.
This is such a hot take. I can't wait.
Listen, okay.
Yeah, but I
Life.
think Bob Ross Incorporated is like canceled now.
Oh, definitely.
They need to be. I don't know how people don't already cancel them, because like they should have been out of the picture a long time ago. I
Okay.
feel ashamed using those brushes.
You know something that I did think was sweet though is that when he went to Central Park in like the 90s or whatever,
Yeah.
and there was a bunch of people there like, oh my God, Bob, I can't believe it's you. I thought that was sweet.
Yeah.
If I saw Bob Ross, like I would low-key do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. But you just admitted that you'd never even watched an
I
episode.
know, but the thing is now that I
Wow.
have,
So you're a fake fan.
So you're a
I
fake
am
fan.
low-key cloud chasing. However, I do think.
High key. What do you mean low key?
The thing is, like, Bob Ross just gives such good vibes.
He
like,
does,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
He is good vibes. And you would go to steal his vibes. So you're saying that you're somewhat of an Annette yourself.
Does that make you sus of Bob, though? You know, sometimes when people are just, like, they seem
They're
too
just
nice.
like a little too nice.
Is it, like, are you
You know,
faking
I've thought that too, and that's like so true about other people. Like how I mentioned Mr. Rogers. It's like sometimes they're just like too clean, and it's like, what's really going
Yeah,
on?
did you do something
But a
bad?
lot of times it's just no, they're just cool.
The thing is, I feel like Bob passed away when he was 52. And that was in, like, I think he passed away in the 90s. So
It was like
I feel
95,
like, if
96.
something was really bad about Bob, I feel like we would have heard it by now. So maybe he's just actually a good guy.
But also at the same time, I feel like there's like a tendency to take people like Bob Ross or, you know, Bill Nye or Mr. Rogers, people who are like seem like so, you know, just perfect and clean, and then kind of put them on a pedestal, and then when they do something that's not even necessarily bad, but just innately human, to be like, oh my gosh, how could they? But it's like they're just a person.
That's true.
Like I'm sure Bob Ross like yelled and got upset
I'm
and
gonna say they're all human.
cheated on his wife, but we're all human.
Yeah, well, okay, cut that out.
Maybe not the
I
last
do
part.
not condone
No, I'm
the
just kidding.
behavior of Bob.
No one condones
Little goof and
cheating.
gaff on that last
no one
part,
condones
but,
cheating. Let's not go crazy here.
But yeah, I'm sure he was just like a human. Yeah, I'm
Well-
sure he had mistakes.
I'm sure what happened is just that Annette gave him an offer, and he was just like, "My wife's not here."
Listen, let's talk.
Beat the devil out of that
brush. Listen. This is what's really important at the end of the day. Bob wanted everyone to know that they can paint, and I know that you
That's
have
true.
tried to do
Why
a
are
Bob
you
Ross
saying that
painting.
I've tried?
I haven't.
I've done it.
Right, you
twice.
have actually done it not once but twice. I haven't. And
I've
you
done it in Microsoft
kind
Paint.
Of have.
Which is close enough. Like, I think that's the same
Listen,
thing.
He would not judge you for using Microsoft
Exactly.
Paint.
He'd be like, well, this is just a new way to
At
express
least
creativity.
You've attempted.
Exactly.
He would be like, Cassidy being a Bob Ross fan without even trying my work. It's kind of iffy.
I haven't tried it yet. I'm just saying that if I was to follow along, I feel like he would support me.
Sure.
He's saying in the
Absolutely.
thing, like, keep going, do your best.
The only people who have not supported me on my painting journey is everyone else in this room right now, and then in the control room. My tree's ugly. Oh no, my tree. Bob Ross himself
Bob said, "Be
told
brave."
me to make that tree, and I did my darn best.
Oh.
It might not be the prettiest tree, but some trees aren't made to be pretty. They're made to be strong and sturdy.
Exactly.
And I feel like that tree would never fall, even in
Never.
a hurricane.
I just
Looks like a Minecraft tree.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's
You have to
never
cut that
fallen.
down with your
Never
hands.
fallen.
Exactly.
I would real quick before we go. I just want to make sure that everyone sees the back of your hoodie today.
My
I just feel like it's
I
important.
have to stand up for that. Can we do that like on, on the outro?
Okay, so we're
On
gonna
the
do that
outro,
at the
we do
outro, but please know, guys, that it's coming soon.
We didn't talk about the most important thing about this. Bob Ross permed his hair. No one talked
Oh my
about
god,
that.
I totally forgot
that
about
wasn't even
that.
his real.
I felt like I was being low-key a little lied to.
Exactly.
I was like, you've had your hair permed this whole time, sir?
The pictures of him in like before.
Yeah, he
the
had normal hair.
He had like the flowing locks and whatnot, but he's like the afro was. I thought he was like a little bit of soul in him, but I mean that's cool. You don't have to be part of to get invited to the barbecue. He's always invited to the barbecue, but like I thought he was but.
It's just a perm.
It was a pretty smooth afro, and I thought it was
Yeah,
just
I
like,
don't. To be honest, I don't see anything wrong with
there's
it.
nothing wrong with it at all.
I just thought it was
I
real.
feel
I
like
didn't think it was perm.
Yeah, but he
affiliated.
wanted to. He himself sought that out and was like, I want a perm. So
Yeah.
which is good enough for me.
Which means he went down the urban hair
Yeah.
aisle, and he was like, I want that. He wasn't going like, oh, let me get some head and shoulders or whatever. He's like, let me get that perm, let me get that fro, let me look real good on this camera. And then he did it for like 20 years.
And he did. And he had ladies all over him.
Ladies could not handle.
He always had the bit of chest hair out too. That was
That's
hard.
very
I tried to
true.
mimic that when we did our videos, but it didn't work because I don't have chest hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, what can I do to mimic chest hair? I was like, I'm not gonna even try it. I can't mimic the greats,
Well, listen,
Semaine
guys.
used to be different.
We've come to the end of another gorgeous
Liberal
cinema
soy boys.
sit-down.
So
And like I said, before we go, I would like you to show off your masterpiece
fine.
as our final
It's
goodbye.
almost the same as the painting.
And it's
Oh.
exactly the
Oh my
same.
God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my. Yeah. It's the same thing.
That was
All right.
great.
And that's all we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Peace, love. Don't support Bob Ross Incorporated.
But always support Bob Ross.
True.
The man, the myth, the legend.